Hey there, my friend. This is Paul Hutchings with Freedom Crusaders TV and paulhutchings.net here today to share with you an exciting, inspirational story that happened in my life as the result of myself striving to apply what I'm learning in the compound effect, and not only apply it in my life, but also as I've been striving to teach these principles to the people around me that I love. You being one of them, hopefully, and also my children. You may or may not know I have 4 boys. We live here in Southeast Idaho, and I love my family, I love my children, and I really want them to learn the things that they need to learn so that they can have success in life. And so a few days ago, we were just getting ready for bedtime, and I gathered my boys around, and I've been working on trying to figure out a way to help my kids learn some discipline. And this can definitely be challenging if you're a parent. How do you help your kids learn to be disciplined and to make good uses of their time? And so I had this idea come to me, and the idea was to get out a blank sheet of paper. So I pulled out a blank sheet of paper, and on the left-hand side of the paper, I drew a frownie face, and on the right-hand side of the paper, I drew a smiley face, and I sat my boys around, and I said, boys, and I held up the sheet of paper, and I asked them, how do you go from frownie to smiley throughout the course of a day? And all kinds of fun answers popped up, things kids say. Well, we get to go do fun things, Dad. We get to play baseball. We get to, play all day, play with toys. And finally, after a little bit of discussion, the answer that I was looking for bubbled up, and that was, well, you do things that you're proud of. And I said, that's right, boys, you do things that you're proud of. And that led to a little discussion on success. And what is success? Small daily disciplines repeated with consistency over time. Just little things, little hinges, swing big doors, as W. Clement Stone talks about in his book, The Success System That Never Fails. And so we talked about disciplines, and we talked about some things that maybe they might do to develop better discipline in their life. And the thing that we kind of focused the conversation on was making your bed every day and making sure your room was picked up every single day, which, by the way, has definitely been a challenge in my household. I don't know if you're a parent or if you can identify with that, but getting kids to clean their room and make their bed, definitely not the easiest task I've ever endeavored to conquer. So what I did was I talked to them about these disciplines, and then in the company that I'm a part of, we have a goal sheet. And at the top of the goal sheet, you write out, your goal date, and then it has a spot where you write out your list of reasons why you want to achieve the goal. And then there's a spot where you write down your new empowering habit. And then there are 30 boxes that you can check every day as you're successfully completing this new habit, right? And this is one of the things Darren Hardy talks about in the compound effect, tracking your progress, he says, is one of the best ways to create a new behavior. And so anyway, I printed off one of these, one for each one of my 4 boys, and we set off on the task of, can they clean their room and make their bed every day, right? So we went a couple of days, everything went well. Yesterday was day 3. And there was a point where my 12-year-old son, Caden, got into a little bit of a grumpy spell. And I asked him about his goal, that he was working on. And he says, Dad, I don't care about that anymore. I don't want to do that anymore. And I said, really? And I said, Caden, well, that's fine. It's up to you. But it's you that's going to be hurt from not continuing on with this discipline, not me. Sometimes kids, they say things because they feel like they want to kind of take a jab at the parent. And I think this is one of those situations. He's like, well, I don't want to do that anymore, Dad. And, I'm going to get back at you, right? And so we had a conversation about how it was him that was going to be hurt by that. And I shared with him in the best terms that I could come up with to explain to a child Jim Rohn's famous quote where he says, the greatest value in life is not what you get. The greatest value in life is what you become. And I tried to help him understand that it was him that was going to be getting the benefit from developing that discipline of cleaning his room and making his bed every day. Not Dad. No, it was him that was going to miss out on that benefit if he didn't continue on and become a person that he could be proud of, right? And so I walked out of the room. It was kind of late last night. I went back to my room with my wife, Green. We got our jammies on and kind of got into bed, and we're getting ready to watch a show, which we do usually in the evenings. And so we turn on the show, and then all of a sudden, knock, 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 there's a knock on the door. And I'm thinking, who is this? Could be any one of our 4 kids. It's like surprises at night, with 4 kids. Which one is going to get out of bed and which ones are going to stay in bed? You never know. Anyway, I went over to the door, and I hear this voice, "Dad, can I talk to you for a minute?" And I said, "Sure, son." And I open the door and go out, and it's Caden. And Caden says, "Dad, please don't be mad at me." And I said, "Well, what's up? Go ahead, tell me. I'm not going to be mad." He said, "I really didn't want to miss a day. And so I got out of bed, I cleaned my room, I made my bed. Can you please come back and check off my box?" Now, keep in mind, this was 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. And this kid didn't want to miss a day, so he turned on the light, got out of bed, cleaned his room, made his bed, and so I walk back there with him. I check his room. It's awesome. The bed is just nicely made. He's got his tracking sheet over on his dresser. So I walk over to the tracking sheet. I sign my name, my initials in his box, and then I say, "Caden, give me a hug." And I gave him a big hug, and I said, "Son, I am so proud of you." At which point, he went to bed and I went to bed. And I just want to share that because I was so inspired by that story to see my son start a new habit and care about it enough that he was on a roll that he wanted to continue on. And that's kind of what happens, right? When you start a new discipline and you've got a few days under your belt, you've got a little bit of encouragement, you've got a little bit of incentive, you tend to want to keep that moving forward. So I just wanted to share this with you because it was an inspiring story in my life. I really love seeing my kids and people around me having success and developing new habits. And so just wanted to pass this along. Hopefully it's given you a little bit of inspiration today. And I appreciate you so much for watching this video. And with that, if you're not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, feel free to check me out at freedomcrusaders.tv. If you're watching this video on YouTube, there should be a subscribe button popping up. And if you're not subscribed to my blog, I produce daily content that's designed to inspire, lift, encourage anyone who's on the Freedom Crusaders journey. I send out what I like to call the Freedom Crusaders audio newsletter series that comes out every single day, a post and a video. We have audios Monday through Friday all about the laws of success. And so as an incentive to hopefully encourage you to subscribe for that, I want to give you a free gift. And this gift is called Lighthouses for the Soul. It's Paul Hutchings' little book of wisdom. It's 38 pages of my favorite, most inspiring quotes that I've ever come across in my journey. And I want to give that to you. You can grab that if you don't already have it by visiting paulhutchings.net/wisdom. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'll include a link right below this video. And if you're on my blog checking this out, just visit paulhutchings.net/wisdom, and you can grab that gift and be subscribed to my blog, where you will get the Freedom Crusaders audio and newsletter series. So that's it, my friend. Thanks for watching. We'd love to hear your comments down below if you appreciated this content, and we'll see you on the next post. Take care, and bye for now.
Ah